like magnetic feet and everything. I thought that was a pretty cool, way to do that. I don't know if that's something that's ever been done in real life, but I thought that was a pretty cool like idea to kind of monitor inmates and stuff.
Yeah, I thought like the boots, or however you want to say it, was a cool way to be like, hey, we're kind of in the future, but this is still kind of like a shitty prison.
yeah, it definitely seemed futuristic. That's for sure. It's something that you would see in like Dredd or something. I don't know, like Judge Dredd or whatever.
Yeah. And then you would just think that they more like at least someone else would know if they were gonna do some kind of crazy ass government assignment. Then just...
that to me that has to be some type of like plot hole or something where it's like, yeah, there's only 3 people in the world who know that we've done this crazy secret like plan.
Yeah.
So if anything happens to us, you're basically screwed and you're gonna be stuck as Castor Troy.
Yeah, like what think about what would have happened if he just like gave up and just stayed in prison, dude. Like, yeah, where it's an action film, so he's able to like come up with this crazy ass idea to get out. But I mean, what if that didn't work? You know what I mean? Like, the only reason that things work out for him is because he doesn't really accept his situation, and you know, he's able to, because they kind of play Sean Archer as, obviously he's like this quick-witted FBI agent that seems to he was so obsessed with Castor Troy and his brother Pollux and everything, and he knew all these little things and their habits and all this stuff, so he's able to play it off like he really is Troy because he knows him so well because of what happened. We haven't talked about the intro of the film, but that's really the kickoff to everything. Is, you know, Sean Travolta's character is enjoying some like family time with his young son on this like carousel in a park, and you know, and this is just like as the movie opens up, like almost like a dream sequence, but it happens for real, of course. And Nicolas Cage, or Troy's character, is like off in the distance with like a sniper rifle ready to take him out, and he doesn't really hesitate, even though Sean's son is there, you know what I mean? And it's kind of he kind of he passes this moral boundary where most hitmen are going to be like, no women, no children, you know what I mean? But he doesn't, literally does not give a fuck. And so he is a great villain in the sense that he has no moral compass at all through this.
Yeah.
At all, you know? And so he takes the shot, ends up killing Travolta, or Archer's son, and then Archer, you know, creates, obviously there's a vendetta between the two of them where Travolta, or Sean Archer's character, is going to stop at nothing to either put him away forever or kill him, you know?
Yeah.
And even at that, when they pitched that idea to Travolta for the face swap, he's like, no, I'm not going to do this. Like, whoa, yeah. You think I want to do this? No.
Oh man, yeah, I would have loved to hear, like, especially these crazy movies in the 90s, like, that got made, to hear the pitches and like their reactions. I would have loved to just be a fly on the wall in that room to hear that. It'd be so amazing.
Did you know? I think Johnny Depp wanted to play. It's one of them, but I think it was Castor Troy. He read the script and then he passed on the role.
Oh, really? Wow, that would have been interesting.
So it comes full circle with your news from today.
Yeah, there you go. It's all relevant. One thing, that you bring up the beginning, I remember watching this, I was like, oh, damn, I totally forgot about this beginning. Because that, I remember that sticking in my head so much as a kid, watching that, like, beginning part. I'm like, oh, that kid died. Like, you don't really see that in movies. So watching this, like, as a kid, being like, oh, like, a little boy died. What the heck's going on? Like, what kind of movie is this? And even towards the end of the movie, Travolta's, I mean, not Travolta, but Castor Troy even says to Archer, he's like, yeah, I didn't mean to kill your kid, you know, that he was just there. It was an accident. He's like, why didn't you just get over it or kill yourself like a normal person? I'm like, God damn. Such a good line, though. It just shows, like, the cold-heartedness of his character.
But he knew that he had fucked up, and that's why he has a hidden child.
Yeah.
That we find out towards the climax of the film, that there's a kid that was Castor Troy's, who he kept a secret from everyone. Nobody knew, just because he knew that, you know, if that information got out, that he could become a potential target. And I don't think it was just from Sean Archer, but all of the
anyone
other,
really,
yeah, all of the other enemies. I mean, look, when Castor Troy gets into the prison and it's actually Sean Archer, he's immediately attacked during, like, I think it's like their lunch or dinner or something time, and he's attacked by this guy and he has no idea why. And then when he has this moment with his brother later on, and he's like, what did I do for that guy to provoke that guy? And he's like, oh yeah, you banged his, like, what, like his mom and his sister or something.
yeah
At the same time, or some outlandish thing. So, you know, it's almost like Troy's reputation was just too crazy that he was like, nobody can know that I have any kind of weakness, you know?
Right.
But it's kind of a perfect setup for Sean Archer's happy ending.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just love the slow motion walks towards the end where they have their kind of like their first final or their final battle kind of starts at the church or at the funeral. And there's like seagulls and like doves together, like outside of the church.
Yeah, when you're just like, what?
I was like, okay, I guess, you know, I believe it, you know, suspension of disbelief, you know, that's cool. But yeah, the choreography was so funny because they were almost like mirroring each other. Like, they would both spin around in a circle and then pull their guns out at the exact same time. And it was kind of like they're maybe like two sides of the same coin almost. So I thought that was pretty cool for them to, like, their fighting skills, if you will, were kind of very similar in that sense.
It kind of seemed, at least the scene you're talking about in particular was very MI2, you know, with the doves.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I thought the whole time. I was like, where's Ethan Hawke?
And the choreography and everything. And it makes sense because I believe John Woo also did Mission Impossible 2. So
okay,
yeah,
that does make sense.
You can see like the similarities are there.
Yeah, that's for sure. The creepy, like, also the, like, you know, it's not Archer, but when it's Castor Troy, but when he meets Archer's daughter, and he's like, ooh, oh my gosh, you know, when she's like there in her underwear, I was like, oh my god, this is weird.
Yeah, because so
he gets all like up close to her. It's super.
At first, he's excited to meet his wife, And then he's all like flirting with her like he's a new person, and she's like, "Oh, like Sean, what's the matter with you? Stop it."
Yeah, what's gotten into you?
Yeah, but you could tell she's all happy. And then
Yeah.
she leaves, and he goes in, and then he has, maybe he's forgotten that he has a daughter or something, but he just like kicks open the door, and she's like, tries to close the door on him, and he just comes in, and he's like, "You have something that I crave," or whatever, because I think she's smoking, or he sees like the cigarettes on her dresser, and she's like, "Oh, like so and so left those here, those are mine." And he's like, "I won't tell your mom if you don't."
Oh yeah, so creepy.
And then he's like, "Papa's got a brand new bag," or something.
Oh my god, those lines, man. Travolta was having fun.
Yeah, he was.
Oh man.
One of my favorite lines, that because you said that Cage seems to steal the show mostly, but when Castor Troy first, comes out as Travolta or Sean, he does the body swap, and he comes out to visit Cage or Castor Troy in the prison to let him know that he's fucked, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's like, he says something like, he's like, "God damn, you good looking." But the way that he delivers that line is so awesome, and it really does. It creates like these layers of that you get a sense that Castor Troy or Nicolas Cage's actual character was just had this huge ego and was just obsessed with himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, that he just thought he was the best shit ever. Don't they even have a line where his brother it's like his brother says something to him like, oh yeah, because so Travolta, who is actually Castor Troy at this point, like pulls out his brother to save him. And he's like, yeah, he's going to rat and he's going to tell us where the bomb is at. And so they go into the confession room and they turn off the mics, and he's like, "You're supposed to be making me look good here, and da-da-da-da, we got to play this up." And he's like, "Yeah, I fucking hate being in this body. Look at this ridiculous chin." Like, just talking, talking mad shit about Travolta's actual features. Which I guess was actually Travolta's idea to say that, cool. Which is hilarious. But his brother says something like, "Oh, I'm the one with the good looks now," or something like that. Which was my point. Oh, man. Is that they're just family, they're like egomaniacs or something.
Yeah. I thought his brother was definitely a weak point in Castor Troy's armor, I'd say, because he's kind of the more not as like street savvy or not as savvy to that world that he is, but he's I'm assuming always been around him, so he's kind of been indoctrinated into that kind of lifestyle. But he's definitely the little brother that is always being taken care of, because in the beginning when you first see them interact with each other, he's talking to him and he's like, "Oh, I got the plane ready for us and everything like that," and he's getting ready to go on the plane and he stops to tie his shoe, and then later on he does it again when he's killed, but he ties his shoe because it's untied. And I don't know, I thought that was I liked his brother's character because he was kind of a good contrast to him as well, like the total opposite of Castor.
Yeah, like more reserved, almost shy, but he could still get shit done.
Yeah,
probably more of the brains of the operation.
Right.
Also, did you notice that's definitely in the prison? That's a cameo from fucking Punisher, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
God, what's his name? I know his name.
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane. That's right.
Yeah, he has long hair and like some glasses and stuff.
He's not in it for he only has a couple minutes of screen time, but he's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's good in it. One thing also, it's pretty crazy that Daniel